Good morning, my neighbors. I hope you guys are good. Hey, man, me out here with my opinions. Yeah, man, back again. I want to call out the parents. Parents, just for now, for like this. For now, how do I even go about this? Let's talk about presidents. The age needs to start coming down. You know what I mean? The age for a president needs to start coming down. Yeah. I was just thinking about it, about how just throughout the world, man, presidents are old, right? You have very few, if any, young presidents. Like, how many presidents will still be alive 20 years after their tenure? Especially like with the two-term, like countries where like there's 2 terms and stuff. How many presidents are ever alive like 20 years after their 2 terms? You know what I mean? To see the fruits of their labor. Here's my thinking. When you're old, I think it's hard for you to think about other people. To make decisions, right? To make decisions. In fact, an old person who's able to make the best decisions for a lot of people, that says something about the kind of young person they were. You know what I mean? So there's a problem with innovation, right? There's a problem with innovation. Right? And it's because the people who are leading, most of the time, so I'm just speaking like generally, across the board, cannot conceive of some of these ideas. You know what I mean? That the young people can. And so it's hard to even fit these evolving concepts into policy. It's a struggle to fit a whole lot of like the concerns that are emerging into policies. Because how I'm looking at like old people, don't get offended, hey? It's like we're all getting old every day. I'm older than a 20-year-old. They're fresher than me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like we should just get over it. I get real quick, not get offended. The future is in constant flux. Hey, wait, I was watching this Netflix show, Blood of Zeus. The fates were dope. I loved the dialogue when they talk about the future being in constant flux. So the future is not fixed, right? The future's never fixed at any one point. So like in this one moment, we don't know what could happen at 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, like anything could happen. You know what I mean? So it means going forward, you have to anticipate. You have to do a lot of anticipating. Because that's the nature of the future. Because it's like that, you have to be aware of that as you go towards it. Old people, they lose that the further on in life. Because when you're old, ne, you've enjoyed, right? I think people feel like when you're old, you've enjoyed, and then now you can be trusted to think for other people. But I think that's when your inability to think to deal with a changing future like that, because your days are like lesser now. You know what I mean? You're only focused on keeping what you think is right. You know what I mean? That's why you find there's a lot of resistance when it comes to changing policies. Because whoever's up there is like, no, this works. I cannot see anything different in the future. Like, why change this? So it's like the fact that even there's a lot of, there's no one policy that I'm just talking about stuff generally across the board, right? The fact that it's never, like, changes in policy are never, like, smooth. Even when it's evident, like, the current policies are hurting the people, right? There's always reluctance to change. So I'm thinking, whoever is reluctant to change maybe cannot understand the pain of the ones who who it is hurting, who the current policy is hurting. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's that thing. So it's like, you're telling me people are crying about this. We need to change it, but now you have to convince me. You haven't really said anything. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like whatever's happening, whatever is begging the change, doesn't exist. And then it becomes like a dragged out argument. It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm calling out like grown people, old people. Like, just retire young. Retire young and just enjoy your life. I'm thinking like, Obana, just stick to 60, 65. Enjoy your life until you die. Because you've expended your energy. Now let ruling and leading towards the future be for the young people. Yeah. Because now we're the ones who are thinking, we're making, because when you make a decision today, you're making a decision for a future that I'm going to partake in. Me as a young person, right? Yeah, I'm going to partake in it. In 50 years, the decisions I'm making today, I'm going to like enjoy them. That's why I'm making sure I make the best decisions right now. You know what I mean? But if I know that I'm left with probably like 20 years to live, that's how far I can conceive, unless I think more about myself, right? Grown-ups. So grown-ups, here's another thing you guys need to do. You need to start calling yourselves, each other out more. Don't wait for us to come and call you out. Because right now, I'm just a young person. To a lot of grown-ups, I'm just a young person who thinks he knows too much. Yeah. But if like somebody else who's like 40, 50, like more of you guys were to make videos like this and call each other out, or now you guys, let's rest. Then they're gonna be like, okay, now this guy's close to my age. Be like, okay, I see what you're saying. They won't mind dropping their guard. With me, they're gonna be like, this kid can't tell me nothing. Because to a lot of people, age equals I know more than you. So this is why a lot of elders are offended by strong-willed young people. They demand respect, even when they're not worthy of respect. It's not cool. Like, here's the thing. So, I think I was scrolling on Facebook and then I saw this, like the stats about what? Like girls who got raped at home. What does that mean? Like, and it's a lot. It's a lot. The number is just, it's crazy, right? In a space of time. And now think of a scenario like that. What does it mean? It means these households, whoever's leading these households, is not the best kind of leader. And these are the elders. So these are the elders. Now check this out. Here's another reality. Statistics like maybe girls being raped or girls getting pregnant. These are just some of the things where the evidence is visible. That's not the only mistake that elders are making at home. A lot of the youth are depressed. There's no comfort at home. Comfort's supposed to come from the parents, but at some point it's kind of like the elders feel like, okay, Wena, you must take care of yourself. If you don't feel good, tough luck for you. Jesus said, the love of many is going to grow cold. Now I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So it means we need more 40, 50, 60-year-olds calling men out. Because these guys are not going to listen to me. They're going to be like, what does this young man think he knows? You know what I mean? So yeah, this is for the elders. First of all, when it comes to ruling, it's probably, I think, just agree that your demographic is not the best suited for that. One. Ne? Two. You guys need to call each other out more. Kura, I'm a youth who's just, I'm fed up. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, this is not cool. We can't be having things like this happening. Where are the men? Where are the elders? Kinda there's this thing where now the grown-ups are like, kids habaut, the kids these days habaut. But look at what's happening at home. Those are the elders we're not listening to. I'm just saying. Grown-ups, it's time now. Do something different. Just try a different strategy. Yeah. Speak up.